do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington football team. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jackson now off the bootleg. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jeremy Sprinkle, his first touchdown of the new season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Mahomes going to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Chiefs nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you'd think, yeah, fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a 1st down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. He'll buy some time right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Brings up
3 yards to gain there, second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7 from the gun. It's a run for Williams. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Pick up on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This is out quickly to the right. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
At the 27-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Gurley. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise,
he's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Number 10.
Tyreek Hill, 93 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
This is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Mahomes. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal.
That one goes for 30 yards. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on 1st down. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Shelton Gibson. Incomplete. Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Gibson, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breaker.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got to... And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So now on 4th down, Washington will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This from 42 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? The interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run it again with Williams.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st down, Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And a 1st down, Chiefs.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it. Mahomes to throw once more.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
It's a gain.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
And 11 at the 30-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. On the counter, here's Williams. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. To throw, it's Mahomes. Kelsey imposing his will. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Now 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Butker's kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Washington.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Now Gurley. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
The ball carrier.
Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
The 17-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Check 26, check 26. 19, Tiger.
Another carry now for Gurley. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
3rd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he gets it.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. And it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, 32 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
A kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. To throw again, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And it's Third down.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Gets through and now an opening. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
On third down, here's Williams. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. The final pick in this year's first round, this is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. Today's final score.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Chiefs, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.